Say TestNG, testing framework, interview questions and answers. TestNG. Here NG stands for next generation. TestNG, testing framework, interview questions and answers. It is open source software. It can be used for unit testing, integration testing and system testing levels, for all levels of testing. In this video, I am going to explain TestNG for Selenium system testing. In this system testing level, functional test type. Okay, TestNG. First, what is TestNG? TestNG is a testing framework designed to simplify a broad range of testing needs from unit testing to system testing. Initially, TestNG developed for unit testing, now used for all kinds of testing: unit testing, integration testing, system testing, etc. Next, TestNG is an open source framework where NG stands for next generation. TestNG, inspired by JUnit, it is also testing framework. TestNG inspired by JUnit Java platform and NUnit .NET platform, but introduced some new functionalities. Next, what are the features of TestNG framework? Features of TestNG. TestNG annotations are easy to create test cases. Next, test cases can be grouped and prioritized more easily. Next, TestNG supports parameterization. Next, TestNG can execute multiple programs or classes using XML. Next, TestNG can generate HTML test reports for Selenium tests. Next, TestNG supports parallel testing. Next, how to select testing framework for Selenium. Okay. Say selection of testing framework for Selenium depends on programming platform. We know, say, Selenium supports various programming environments for writing test cases. For example, UFT, formerly QTP, supports only VB script, no other language. But Selenium supports Java, C#, PHP, Python, Ruby, etc. programming environments for writing test cases or programs, you can say. See, this selection of testing framework depends on programming platform. For example, if we select Java for Selenium, then supported frameworks are either JUnit or TestNG. Next, if we select .NET, C#.NET, then NUnit or Haskell. Next, JavaScript. Supported frameworks are either WebDriver.js or WebDriver.io or Nightwatch.js. If we select PHP for Selenium, then Behat plus Mink. If we select Python for Selenium, then supporting frameworks are either Unit Test or PyUnit. Next, if we select Ruby for Selenium, then supported frameworks are Ruby, RSpec or test::unit. test unit. Okay, suppose most of the Selenium, for example, most of the Selenium testers using Java. If we select Java for Selenium, then you can use either JUnit or TestNG. TestNG is advanced one, inspired by JUnit and NUnit, but introduced so many new features. Okay, TestNG is powerful testing framework if we use Java for Selenium. Okay. Next, how to install TestNG framework for Selenium. This is practical concept. In my TestNG tutorial videos, you can watch that practical. Just I will provide theoretical approach. In TestNG framework tutorials videos, you can observe or you can watch maximum TestNG practical concepts. See, nearly 10 to 15 hours videos available in YouTube, my TestNG tutorial videos. Okay. How to install TestNG framework for Selenium. In Eclipse IDE, launch Eclipse IDE, go to help menu, Eclipse IDE help menu. Next, install new software menu item. Next, click add. After click add, next enter name as, type name as TestNG. Next, in the next field, enter URL as http colon 2// beust.com/eclipse/. Next, after that, it will populate TestNG. Select TestNG, then next, then you can get agreement, accept the agreement and finish. Okay. Next, write a TestNG program or test case for Selenium. This is also practical concept. In my TestNG tutorials, you can find so many examples for TestNG programs. With the help of Selenium, WebDriver, Java features, and TestNG annotations and attributes, we can write TestNG programs. In my TestNG for Selenium tutorials, you can find this type of examples. And one note, main method is not required for TestNG programs. So usually Java program execution starts from main method. If we use TestNG, we no need to write main method. Don't write main method. Main method is not required for TestNG programs. TestNG programs contains methods that contain annotations. If we don't write @test annotation, then the method won't be executed. Okay. Next, in TestNG, how can we disable a test case? To disable the test case, suppose if you don't want to execute one test case in our TestNG program, we can use annotation @test off means open bracket, enabled small letters, enabled equal to false, no double quotes, close parenthesis. We can use annotation @test off means open bracket, enabled equal to false, close parenthesis. Next, how to parameterize tests in TestNG. Say TestNG supports parameterization for conducting data-driven testing. Without TestNG also we can conduct data-driven testing in Selenium. Using Java, we can use text files or Excel files as a resource, then conduct. With the help of TestNG also we can conduct. See, TestNG supports parameterization to conduct data-driven testing in two different ways. TestNG allows us to pass parameters directly to our test methods. One is by using TestNG XML file or using data provider annotation. Using data providers, we can parameterize test methods in TestNG. Next, what are TestNG important annotations? See, TestNG has several annotations. Important annotations are, first one, at the rate. See, for every annotation we need to use at the rate symbol. Suppose I want to create test case. For that we need to use test annotation. At the rate symbol, then capital letter T, small letter EST. At the rate test. Important TestNG annotations are at the rate test. The annotated method is part of a test case. Next, at the rate before method, B capital, M capital. The annotated method will be run before each test method in the class or program. Next, after method, at the rate after method, A capital, M capital. The annotated method will be run after each test method in the class or program. Next, before class, at the rate before class, B capital, C capital. The annotated method will be run the first test method in the current class is invoked. Next, at the rate after class, the annotated method will be run after all the test methods in the current class have been run. Next, at the rate before test, B capital, T capital, remaining small letters. At the rate before test, the annotated method will be run before any test method belonging to classes inside the tag is run. Next, after test annotation, at the rate symbol, after test, single word, no space in between after and test. For all annotations, before method single word, after method single word, before class single word, after class single word, before test single word, after test single word. Say at the rate after test, A capital letter, T capital letter, but single word remaining small letters. The annotated method will be run after all the test methods belonging to classes inside the tag. Next, what are advantages of TestNG over JUnit? What are advantages of TestNG over JUnit? Okay. Say there are three major advantages of TestNG over JUnit. JUnit and TestNG both are testing framework for Java platform. We can use either JUnit or TestNG, any one. TestNG is advanced one inspired by JUnit only. Okay, there are three major advantages of TestNG over JUnit. One is annotations are easier to understand. TestNG annotations are easier to understand. Next, test cases can be grouped more easily. Next, in TestNG, parallel testing is possible. Next, why do we need TestNG in Selenium, or why do we need TestNG for Selenium? Say TestNG can generate test reports based on our Selenium test results. Observe, WebDriver has no native mechanism for generating test reports. WebDriver doesn't have built-in result reporting facility. If we use TestNG along with Selenium WebDriver, TestNG can generate test reports based on our Selenium test results. Okay, next, TestNG simplifies the way the tests are coded. Next, there is no more need for a static main method in our tests. Next, the sequence of actions is regulated by easy to understand annotations that do not require methods to be static. Thank you.